The Distinguished Fellow Award is based on personal achievement and contributions to the Eisenhower Fellows Global Network. This year's recipient is Shahid Mahmud, 2001 Eisenhower Fellow of Pakistan. His fellowship objective in 2001 was to meet with a broad spectrum of industry leaders addressing convergence in the fields of media, telecommunications, and IT. And he wanted to develop a better understanding of how this was being managed in the US government and in the private sector. At the conclusion of his Eisenhower Fellowship, Shahid commented that his best meeting took place at the MIT Media Lab, and he said it was out of this world. When he came back to Earth, he returned to Pakistan and used what he'd learned to make an extraordinary real-world impact in bettering his society. And for that, he is being awarded tonight. And now, the chairman of the Eisenhower Fellowships, General Colin Powell, will present the 2016 Distinguished Fellow Award to Shahid Mahmud.
Well, good evening again. It is my distinct pleasure to present this award. Shahid, as an innovative pioneer, you established Pakistan's first privately owned telecommunications company, introducing to your nation mobile communications, satellite systems, and other advanced technologies. As chairman and CEO of Interactive Communications, you developed the first satellite network for the Pakistan Television Corporation's educational channel. Since you have participated since 1988 in virtually every aspect of the formulation of Pakistan's national telecommunications and IT policies, you ought to be congratulated. But your active role in bettering the world around you extends beyond telecoms, across the arenas of healthcare, youth development, and community service. They were as important to you as developing the IT system in Pakistan. Together with another Pakistani Eisenhower Fellow, you built a world-class hospital in Karachi that provides free, state-of-the-art care to all patients. And so far, you have served more than 600,000 people. And counting as founder and director of the Barak Space Society, you created a unique summer camp that provides Pakistani youth to get away from schools and textbooks and to get a taste of experiential learning, strategic visioning, and space exploration. Your passions include nonprofit work, empowering rural communities to improve living standards throughout literacy, skill development, and basic education exposure. You have served Eisenhower Fellowships in many ways, through your work as chairman of the Pakistan Nominating Committee, as a member of the Global Network Council, and more recently, by your generous contribution to EF of a software application so that applicants can enter the fellowship program by applying through the magic of modern technology. As a result of your wonderful gift, more than 800 candidates applied for the 25 slots in our Africa program, which this fall is a record of Eisenhower Fellowship applications. Even more amazing is that more than 7,000 people registered with EF through the app. Through your many leadership roles in the private and public sector, your commitment to bettering society, and supporting the Eisenhower Fellows Network, one theme holds steady. You have been a passionate advocate of collaboration across national borders. You have advanced Dwight Eisenhower's vision of a world where cooperation replaces confrontation and understanding replaces ignorance. For your professional and humanitarian achievements and your exceptional engagement with Eisenhower Fellowships, I am proud to confer on you, my friend, the 2016 Distinguished Fellow Award. Please join me.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful, General Colin Powell, Excellencies, Governor Christine, Jim Harvey, Susan Eisenhower, Eisenhower Board of Trustees, President EF George, EF Management, distinguished guests, my dear fellows, ladies and gentlemen. I'm truly humbled for this kindness. Thank you, EF Executive Committee, the Alumni Network, the Alumni Advisory Council, the Global Network Council, and our very dear and most inspiring EF President George, on whose recommendation I am to be added to this illustrious list of distinguished fellows, it is indeed a great honor and responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning the MNP and US Fellows took me back in time to 2001, when we first came to our fellowship. The world was a very different place. We called ourselves the Millennium Fellows. We all came on the program with varying professional backgrounds and cultures, but we all share the common goal of wanting to live in a peaceful world by respecting each other's cultures, religion, and political belief. We all had a singular concern: how can we make our world a better place? We were the last multinational class to graduate prior to 9/11 attacks. The world has since become a very different place. But I assure you, our resolve has not wavered. My experience as a fellow continues to this very day, and tonight this award has further strengthened the hope. I am reminded of what Isaac Rubin once said, and I quote, "Kindness is more important than wisdom, and the recognition of this is the beginning of wisdom." This sentiment has perhaps never been as significant as it is today. We need to understand its impact and enable its application as a global strategy for saving our home, this beautiful planet. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a Chinese curse which says, "May you live in interesting times." We are living in interesting times. As sir, you mentioned today about social media, this is the time where 3.4 billion people are connected to the internet. There are 3.7 billion people currently using mobile phones, of which 1.96 billion are constantly connected to each other. This, if does not qualify for interesting times, I don't know what would. Unfortunately, this tool also is a double-edged sword. Where it connects us and brings us closer, it also has the ability to fuel negativity at a pace never experienced by human race. This negativity can lead to bitterness, resentment, and a sense of purposelessness, contributing to higher stress and ill health. Eisenhower Fellowship induced in us the passion to drive for a better world, a world in which we can live in harmony with both our environment and each other. The need of the hour is for us to use this very social media and our EF passion to build positive attitude towards our socio-political post-9/11 world. As the writer Evelyn Toffler so appropriately stated, the illiterate of the 21st century are not people who cannot read and write. Rather, they are people who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. The only power that can unify a fractured and crumbling world is all-inclusive love, the concept of love, and the opposite of which is indifference and hate, which can only create further division. We need to focus on our transformative possibilities in the areas of economics, morality, and ethics in order to create a planet that has a future for our children and grandchildren. Edward Buno, who introduced much of the world's lateral thinking, once said, "Think before it is too late." There is a bigger, more urgent danger than climate change. That danger is the poor quality of human thinking. Most of the problems, conflicts, and fights in the world are caused by poor thinking. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, in 1959, it was President Eisenhower who honored Pakistan by being the first ever Western and US president to visit our beautiful country. Receiving this distinguished award from you, sir, in the presence of his granddaughter, Susan, I am truly honored. It takes me back to my father and mother, who, if were alive, would have been so happy. I am truly blessed. I have a very loving family. I have a wife who supports me and prays for me all the time. I have 3 kids, 3 grandkids who give me the passion to do more for humanity. And like you said, sir, I'm truly grateful to my two sisters who are here with me to share this. And I thank you all for this moment. The Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, may peace be upon him, said, "True wealth is in the wealth of the soul." And tonight I feel very wealthy indeed. May God bless us all and keep us in His mercy. Thank you.